So here's the concept in a little more detail. I'm fascinated with why people do what they do. I'm fascinated by human behavior. I'm fascinated by the decisions we make. And I'm fascinated by why companies do what they do. And at the end of the day, companies aren't machines. Companies are run by people. So if you understand why people do what they do, then you can understand why companies do what they do or why customers do what they do. And as it turns out, there's only two ways to influence human behavior. You can either manipulate it or you can inspire it. Those are your options. We are all well aware of examples of manipulation in the business world. Price is a manipulation. If you drop your price low enough, people will buy from you. This is the concept behind a sale, right? Promotions are a manipulation. 2 for 1, free toy inside, some sort of giveaway. If you're in the B2B space, we call it value added. But the concept is the same. It's giving stuff away for free to reduce someone's risk so that they will choose you over the competition. It's a manipulation. We use manipulations in marketing. Fear is a wonderful manipulator. Aspirational messages, though positive, are still manipulators. I always like to joke that you can get somebody to join the gym with an aspirational message, but to get them to go 3 days a week, that requires a little bit of inspiration. And there are all kinds of manipulations that we use. And they're not always bad, but that's what they are. It is what it is. And innovation is very largely a manipulation, believe it or not, as well. Most innovation is not really innovation. Most innovation is novelty or just great features. Adding a camera to your cell phone is not an innovation. It's a great feature. Real innovation changes the course of industries or societies. The light bulb, the telephone, the fax machine, the microwave oven, iTunes, these are real innovations. Like I said, adding the things that we think differentiate us are just nice features. The point is, every single one of these manipulations work. I cannot dispute that. That's why organizations and companies use them. The problem is, not a single one of them breeds loyalty. The problem is, over the course of time, they cost more money. Somebody has to pay for them. And over the course of time, they increase stress, both for the buyer and for the seller. It is stressful to be a consumer today. Which cell phone company should you use? Which television should you buy? I went to buy a printer the other day. I had no clue, and nobody could tell me the difference between any of them. It's called stress, and you stand there not knowing what to do, right? It's in the B2B space as well. Which consultancy should you choose to help? Everybody's got a good story. But it's stressful for us as sellers as well, because as clients and customers are bombarded with all kinds of manipulations from all over the place, how do we stand out? How do we get our message through? How do we get people to notice us? It's called stress. And this is largely what business looks like today. There's an alternative. The alternative is inspiration. And there are a few leaders and a few companies that rely vastly more on inspiration than manipulation. And I talk about the big ones, Apple Computers or Southwest Airlines or Harley Davidson, but you see it in great leaders as well, like Martin Luther King or John F. Kennedy. And what I discovered is that all great leaders, regardless of their size and regardless of their industry, every single one of them thinks, acts, and communicates exactly the same as each other, and it's the complete opposite to everyone else. All I did was write it down. And so if you have a piece of paper, take it out and draw a bullseye. Draw 3 circles. In the center, in the bullseye, write the word why. Beneath that, in the center ring, write the word how. And beneath that, in the outside ring, write the word what. That's the golden circle. It's that little idea, the simple little idea, that distinguishes all those with the capacity to inspire and everyone else. Let's define the terms. Starting from the outside in. Every single organization on the planet knows what they do, 100%. These are the products you sell, the services you offer. Some know how they do what they do. The differentiating value propositions, the proprietary process, the things that you think make you better or stand out in the market. But very, very few people and very, very few organizations can clearly articulate why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make money. I don't mean to grow. Those are results. By why, I mean what is your purpose, what is your cause, what is your belief? Why does your company exist? Why did you get out of bed this morning? And why should anyone care? As a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. First, we tell people what we do, then we tell them how we do it, and we expect some sort of behavior. This is normal. We have a whatever, a brand consultancy. How do we do it? We have a proprietary process. We have our own language. We work with the biggest clients. We came from all the best schools. Choose us. Here's our new television. It's got the clearest picture. It's got the flattest screen. It's got the best contrast. Choose our television. This is how most communication works, right? But the great leaders, the great organizations, those with the capacity to inspire, every single one of them, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, thinks, acts, and communicates from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple a lot just because they're easy to understand and we all get it. If Apple were like everyone else, a piece of communication would sound like this. They'd start with what they do. We make great computers. How do they do it? They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Nah, who cares, right? But here's how Apple actually does it. They start from the middle. They start with why. Everything we do, they say, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different. No trickery, no celebrity endorsements, no manipulations. All I did was reverse the order of the information, and now you actually feel like you want to buy this computer from me the second time. What it starts to show us is that it's not what you do that matters, it's why you do it. And people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. The problem is if you don't know why you do what you do, how will anyone else? And so for this little system to work, you have to have all three of those levels in balance. You have to know why you do what you do. You have to have clarity of why. You have to have discipline of how you do it. You have to hold yourself and your people accountable to your own guiding principles and your own values. And ultimately, everything you say and everything you do has to be consistent. We live in the tangible world. At the end of the day, a why is just a belief. That's all it is. Hows are the actions we take to realize that belief, and what are the results of those actions, the things we say, the things we do, the products we sell, the services we offer. And if we're not consistent in what we do, then no one will know what we believe. This is the concept behind authenticity. I'm tired and bored of people telling us that we have to be authentic. People prefer to vote for the authentic candidate. They prefer to buy from the authentic brand. What does authenticity mean? What are you going to do when you get off this call? How are you going to be authentic? What's the first thing you're going to do? It is an impossible instruction. What authenticity means is the things you say and the things you do, you actually believe. This is human being stuff. This is caveman stuff. The reason the human race is so successful is not because we're the strongest. It's not even because we're the smartest. It's because we're social animals. It's because we have the ability to form communities and cultures. What's a community? What's a culture? It's a group of people with a common set of values and beliefs. Isn't that what it is? What's a company? It's a group of people with a common set of values and beliefs. But if you don't talk about what you do and you don't talk about what you believe, then why should anybody join your community, and why should anybody join your culture? The most important thing about a community or culture is when people come together based on a common set of values and beliefs, something remarkable happens. Trust emerges. Trust emerges. And trust is the foundation of any kind of growth or advancement in the world. If people don't trust you, then they won't take risks. With trust, people are more likely to leave the cave and go hunting saber-toothed tigers. They're more likely to explore. And if they fail, they're more likely to try again, all because of trust. If you do not have trust in your organization, you cannot advance. You cannot innovate. You cannot grow. People will not look out for you, and you will not look out for others. Trust is the stability, is the foundation of stability in any organization. Without trust, you cannot have stability. Here's a remarkable story. This blows my mind every time I talk about it. What's our most valuable possession on the planet? It's our children, right? Our most valuable possession on the planet is our children. So let's game out a scenario. Let's say you want to go on a date and you need a babysitter, right? And so you have two options. The first one is a 16-year-old from just down the street, and she has barely any, if any, babysitting experience. The other one is a 32-year-old who just moved in to the neighborhood. You don't know from where, and she's got 10 years of babysitting experience. Who do you choose?